Welcome. I think everything's running. Yep, looks good. We should have sound, we should have video. Welcome everyone to Chronic Wellness Technologies. I'm your host, Don Antonio Corriente, your friendly neighborhood shaman, or I kind of call it more like modern day mystic. It doesn't really matter. I'm not really into there. I wear a lot of hats. There's many things I could say that I offer and do or am. I prefer just like conscious being. I'm just here to help other human beings tap into the most powerful parts of themselves. Nothing could be greater in this entire world. I mean, we're way past the time of like preachers and gurus and stuff like that. Like, I'm not really built for that kind of mindset. I'm built for people who are already very free, free in the mind, and just want to explore that further and generate community. And community is pretty important to me. I've developed a pretty beautiful community, globally in the last 5 years of my work. We do lots of things. And one of the things we got coming up on Friday is we have a group meeting that we do usually every other week, but I think I'm going to start doing them every week, which might be exciting for some people. And this group is called Light Club. Okay, it's sort of like Fight Club, except for we don't fight. We actually come together as a group of conscious beings, and we take time to go into practice, ritual, ceremony, things like that that improve not only things for ourselves, but also for the collective consciousness. So this is a beautiful thing. This will be happening this Friday at, I think, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you'd like a link for it, all you have to do is message me. So you could send me a message through YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, or you could go ahead to my Facebook page at Don Antonio Corriente. And what you can do is you can message me. And if you DM me, direct message me, I'll just send you the link. Also, I tell everyone that gets the link, there's plenty of people who have the link. Not everyone has the ability to show up. There's no penalty or anything for that. It's really open. You don't have to have like a lot of spiritual experience. You can be totally just curious to see what's going on and everything. You can leave at any time. Like, you don't even have to turn your camera on if you don't want to, or your mic. I mean, we recommend that you do the ideas to be in a community, but for some people, that's a lot to get started with. So, I try to make everything as accessible as possible. I mean, this is free. The things that I do in there, the meditations, the skills I teach and all that stuff, that's all free. I do ask if you can make a donation to make a donation, just in the loving respect of, in our tradition, what we call Aini, which is divine reciprocity. I got links all over my page for that. Donations are accepted, but never expected. But I try to do these things and bring this stuff into the world, to help other people. And it seems to work because I get emails every day from people all around the world in different countries, sometimes speaking in different languages, and I have to use a computer program or AI to decipher or translate. And I have people all the time telling me it's usually like covert stuff. Like, I've been watching you for like 3 years, and I gotta say, like, I didn't notice at first, but after time of kind of listening to you and following some of your guidance and doing the breath work, my whole life has changed. I just want to thank you. That's the kind of stuff that keeps me going, and I love doing this stuff. I love being here. So before we get started, we're going to do some heavy duty breathing today. What I want to do is I want to open the floor for anybody that's watching. We have some people watching. If you're just getting here, just drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, or maybe you have a question or something you want to share. It's always open. Don't worry about anything. The only thing I ask is that you're respectful. If you're not respectful, you'll just be removed. It happens sometimes. Don't take anything personally from anybody. Some people are just having fun. Some people are just, they have a lot of unresolved emotional data and are prone to, kind of attack. And, I think that's a common thing for people who are on the path, the ascension path, growing into a higher connection with their spirit or connection with God or the universe, however one wants to see it. For people that don't understand, that's a really scary thing. And what we don't want to do is shun them away, push them away, judge them, because that's our own ego. What we want to do is try to be tolerant and loving and just kind of let it roll off your back. Or like how the teachings of, like, say, Brother Master Yeshua was, turn the other cheek. Okay. It took me a while to learn how to do that because my first instincts were always to be in defense, to defend myself. That's kind of how I grew up. And so that was one of the subconscious programs that was running in my life, was kind of defense. And now I just realized, there's really nothing to defend. People have that idea, and I used to have that idea of someone's disrespecting you, you have to defend yourself. But what are you actually defending if there's no physical harm? That's the weird question. Then you start to realize, oh man, I'm defending a mental position of myself, which needs no defense. You're already creation itself, and you're already beautiful. And if you ask me, you're perfect. Maybe you don't want to be perfect, and that's fine. But the truth is you are, because the universe doesn't make mistakes. Or another way to say it is God doesn't make mistakes. Or another way I would say it is the universal design is without flaw. And you are part of that universal design. And sure, we may judge things a certain way because it doesn't meet an expectation of what we think perfect should be. But we don't get to decide what should be. We get to observe what is. And what is the primary design of the universe. The greatest thing we can ever do is come into radical acceptance. And once you come into radical acceptance, and you're no longer resisting your reality, beautiful things begin to happen. Let's jump over to the comments. Face here. Woohoo! I'm ready to breathe. So am I. I was going to do some strong breathing today. And these practices, so I get it from some people who are new. They're intimidated by some of these more powerful practices. I have much easier practices you can go check out on my YouTube page. Just go under videos, or you can go under playlists, and under playlists, it'll say Breathwork videos, or you can just go under videos, and there's an array. There's things where I teach about healing. There's things where I teach about breathing, different types of breathing, using your diaphragm. I teach energy practices, all kinds of things. I would love to make more videos, but I just am not good at getting them together or editing them. That's just not my wheelhouse. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Or another thing I kind of looked at is maybe I can use the help of artificial intelligence. I'm not sure yet, but I would love to make more videos. Or I put that out there. I send that out into the universe. Anybody that would like to help me make videos, please reach out to me. I would love to do that. All right, so we're about to get into the breathing. Breath work, I teach about this all the time, and I have so much to say about it. And so I'm going to do, instead of going into a long story about it, I'm going to leave it open for you to ask me. If you have a question about breathing and how important it is and how it can change your life, feel free to ask questions. Other than that, I'd rather just show you. Like I said, these are going to be kind of more advanced techniques. So if it's new for you, don't worry about going the same speed I'm going. Maybe you just slow it down a little bit and go your own speed, okay? The idea of doing this type of breathing is to oxygenate the body. Now, this is not to be confused with hyperventilation. There are some people like, well, that's hyperventilation. No, it isn't. Hyperventilation is when you're overbreathing and you don't have any control. In the trade of showing and teaching this ancient human technology of focused respiration, we call it superventilation. So what's happening is you're actually purposefully ventilating your body. You're bringing lots of energy and oxygen into your cells. And one of the primary effects of that, especially if it's new for you, is a feeling of lightheadedness, okay? So that's why if you're new to this, and even if you're experienced, you want to make sure that you're seated. You shouldn't do this kind of breathing while you're driving or sitting in a bathtub. you want to make sure you're in a position, the best I like to do is I usually tell people, find a place to relax, lay down, get in your lazy boy, plop on your couch, drop on a yoga mat, maybe put your back against a tree and just relax. There's a lot of ways that you can do this, but I don't recommend doing this like standing up or in any positions where you could potentially get hurt. Again, the floor is open for questions and comments. That's how live streams work, okay? I need your interaction in order to continue the ball rolling, because this isn't scripted. I don't come on here scripted. This is all very intuitive. I just had a call to come on and share some breathing with everybody. All right, so now we're going to get into the breathing. The first step is find yourself a comfortable position. I'm in my chair, very comfortable. I can lean back. It's relaxing. Second, you want to have a tissue or something to blow your nose nearby. And often before I go into the breathing, I give the nose a blow. Pretty clear, but just to be sure. So I hold on to this. I keep that there because sometimes when you get breathing, you start to clear out things in your deep sinuses, which is normal because you don't normally breathe this deep. Okay, so we're going to begin first by taking all of the awareness in the mind, because this is where everything's happening for you. All this thinking and comparing and, judging and measuring and analyzing. You're going to try to take your awareness out of the head and imagine you're taking an elevator down through your chest and all the way to your belly. So all of your attention goes from your thinking and all that stuff and goes down to your belly. And now with all of your attention in your belly, I just want you to spend a moment there noticing how you feel. How do you feel right now in this moment? And just be honest with yourself. Don't answer the question, just notice. How do I feel? And you're just taking note of that, and that's your starting point. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to breathe in through your nose, and with your hands on your belly, you're going to try to fill up your belly. Just your belly, not your chest. So if you breathe, your belly goes in and your chest rises like that, you're breathing backwards to what I'm asking you to do. We're going to do this the other way. You're going to keep your chest still, and you're going to fill up your lungs down into the bottom, into your belly. So just stop there. Don't try to fill up your chest. Just fill up your belly and out with a soft sigh. And again, you're going to fill up your belly. Feel your belly. Hold it and fill up your belly. And if you're not getting it right away, it's totally okay. This takes practice. You wouldn't think breathing takes practice, but it does, because you're training your nervous system to do something new. Bring that attention down to your belly. Breathe into your belly. Hold it. Out with a soft sigh. This is very simple, beginner's kind of warm-up breathing. Call this belly breathing. We're going to do 3 more like that. Fill up your belly. And 2 more. And 1 more. Just relax. Close your eyes. Come into your belly. Your hands are still on your belly. Notice what's happening. Is there energy stirring up in there? Do you notice something? Whatever it is, it's okay. Try not to name it. Think about it. Worry about it. You're just aware. You're just aware that your belly's been moving. You've now been oxygenating down into your deep lungs. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep our left hand on the navel, on the belly, and you're going to slide your right hand up to your heart. And what we want to do first is we just want to use the mind's eye and the disciplined imagination to allow ourselves to connect to our gut brain, because there's neurons in your gut and neurotransmitters, and your heart brain. Okay? Your heart actually has I can't remember exactly how much bigger electromagnetic field than your brain, but it's vastly bigger. So you're connecting to these 2 fields of energy. You're leaving the mind be. You're feeling the belly, you're feeling the heart. And what we're going to do now is we're going to breathe in. You're going to breathe in, fill up your belly, then your heart, your belly, and then your chest, okay? So let all your air out. And breathe in, fill up your belly and your chest. Now make it 1 breath, belly, chest. It's like a wave. Do a wave. As you exhale, you pull the belly in a little, and then you do it again. You push out the belly, then the chest. Like a wave. This takes practice. just warming things up. Belly, chest. This is called circular breathing. As you exhale, before you exhale all the way, you're already coming back in. Back in. Faster. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And just relax. Just sit. Close your eyes. Feel your belly. Feel your heart. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe there's a sound in your ears, a feeling in your body. Just notice what you feel. This is just the beginning. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open our hands, and you can either rest them in your lap, on the arms of your chair if you're sitting. Sometimes I hold them up like this. I'm going to hold them up like this today. And what I'm going to do now is now that I've calmed myself down a little, did some breathing, your energy field is open. And this is a perfect time for you to call to you any spirits or energies or God or whatever to you is the highest power. You're calling that here. Your hands are open and you're saying, God, I'm open to receive. Angels, there's no rules. You don't have to use that verbiage if it doesn't work for you. It doesn't for everybody. I understand that. Use what works for you. Call the highest power, the greatest energy, the most beautiful light here to you. And just take a second and notice how you feel. Do you feel that? I feel that. There's a beautiful tingling sensation. Some beautiful golden misty energy has shown up in the space in the field. Some of my ancestors are here. Lots of spirits are here that I work with, and I'm just welcoming them. Welcome. And they love to work with us. They love to help us learn, adapt, grow, become our greatest possible selves. Another way to say this is these are parts of us that we may not be familiar with. Everything's connected. And when your things that you call spiritual guides are actually parts of your higher self. And through this kind of practice, you begin to become familiar with your higher self, with your higher mind, or God. There's so many ways to say it. I tried to use many forms of language because it all means the same thing to me. It's actually beyond language. God isn't something you can tell someone about. God is something only you can experience from the inside. That's the only way it can happen. Hands open, inviting the spiritual energy, the spirit of life, the spirit of breath. You're inviting your highest possible outcome here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do something called a double breath, okay? So we're going to fill up our belly with a long sniff that takes about 3 seconds, like 1, 2, 3. So breathe in through your nose, fill up your belly. And once your belly's full, you're going to take in a quick sniff and fill up your chest up into your head. And then out with a sigh. Let all the pressure go. Belly, long sniff, short sniff into the head. Practice this. Long sniff, fill up your belly. Strong sniff into your head. This feels awesome. Belly, chest. I'm breathing in the spiritual energy, the greatest light, healing. And letting it permeate my body, all my cells. We're going to speed up now if you can. Otherwise, keep going your own pace. 5 more. Three more. 2 more. Last one. Big inhale in your belly. Fill up to the top. Hold. Hold. Slowly release down. relax, relax, relax. Hold your breath. Three, two, one, inhale. Hold it. And release. All right. So what you want to do again is you close your eyes, and sometimes I'll put my hands on my chest and my tummy, and I'll just check in with myself. How you feeling now? This is going to be different depending on where you're at in your journey or what's going on in your life. Often this type of breathing can stir up heavy energy. So if you feel tired or anything like that, that's normal. That's heavy energy. So what I would do next, after I do all this breathing and open my energy and invite spirit to come to me, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use all that energy to cleanse my energy field. There's lots of ways to do this, but we're going to do a really simple one. So what I do is I open my hands and arms again. And then what I do is I'm using my mental intention, I'm creating a mental picture of that all the pores of my skin have opened up. So every little pore of my skin opens up like an eye. And what I'm doing is I'm allowing my body, I'm giving myself permission, giving myself allowance. I want to release anything that's heavy. In our tradition, we call this hucha. I love the word hucha. You're going to get rid of this heavy energy just by allowing it to go. And what it's going to do is you're going to let it fall out from you. It's just going to fall into the earth. And for the earth, it's like fertilizer. It helps it grow and be strong. It's actually a beautiful technique for humans to cycle their energy. We're just not taught this here in the Western world. But once I started doing practices like this, my whole life began to change. My mind began to change. Obstacles and problems became a lot easier to deal with. The noise of the mind shut off, the ADHD, the OCD, all that stuff started to remedy itself, all of the symptoms, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of like that energy clearing. So again, your first intention is I want to open up all of my pores. And I'm allowing myself to release. And sometimes when you put yourself in that space of allowance and you give yourself permission, crying happens. Happens to me quite often. When I allow myself to let go, I'm just not going to hold on to any of this bullshit anymore. And you can use any language you want. It's fine. I'm ready to let go of this. And you don't want to let go of it angrily. You kind of want to let go of it lovingly. You're kind of thanking this hucha, this heavy energy, for being here, because even heavy energy, its gift is teaching. Okay, when we go through our hard times, it teaches us how to persevere. It teaches us how to strengthen our minds and ourselves. So it's not really that bad things are bad. That's just how we name them. But this is how we can process the energy. It doesn't make everything just okay and better. You're not trying to bypass your emotions. You're trying to process the energy that surrounds them. So with that, with your pores open, what we're going to do is we're going to use the intention as if we could breathe in. And when we breathe in, we're going to fill up the body with new energy. Or another way is beautiful golden light. And as it fills through your breath in golden light, it softly pushes out any hucha, any heavy energy. Another way I will say it as we're going is in with light, out with smoke. Maybe in with fire, out with smoke. You know, because that holy fire, that sacred fire can burn away all the heaviness and let it go out in smoke. Excuse me. Hands open. You want your hands open. You're opening yourself. You're saying, I choose now to release any heavy energy, and I call to me all light that's available to me. Okay? And then so what we're going to do is we're going to take a strong, deep breath in through the nose, filling up the entire body with golden light, and whoosh, forcefully pursed lips blow out, and you're letting it all out through your pores, through your breath, in with fresh energy. Hold it for a second, let it charge, and whoosh. This is where you want to use that mind's eye and disciplined imagination. Create a movie in your mind. I breathe in the sacred light, the sacred fire. I hold it and it burns away all the stuff I don't need, and whoosh, I let it leave me in smoke. In with light, big as you can, and whoosh. Again, it's important to fill up your belly and your chest and your head. Big, full breaths. In with light, and whoosh. Out with heavy. In with light. Fresh energy. And whoosh, out with stale, used up energy. In with hope. Out with fear. Whoosh. In with courage and light. Out with shadow and heaviness. Whoosh. 3 more. Bring it in. Whoosh. 2 more. Whoosh. Last one. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it. Give yourself a little squeeze and blow it out. Whoosh. Let it go and just relax. Right now, you're just allowing yourself to be in a state of relaxation. And if you notice, if you're doing this exercise and following the instructions I'm giving you, you're going to become very aware of your body's energy and its field and what's just happened. If you're crying, that's okay too. If you're laughing, that's okay too. This is all about you experiencing your deeper self, right? You're allowing yourself to go into that heavy energy and you're saying, I just don't need it anymore. And you're using your intention to breathe in light and energy. You've opened up your space. You called all your spirits to you. What a holy and sacred thing for you to do. This is that ceremony and ritual that you need and that you deserve. You deserve. This is love to self. And that's how we're going to finish this. We're going to put in a prayer for that. Okay, and you can do this any way you want. If you don't like the word prayer, you can say meditation or message to the universe. And I reach out and I ask the universal light, the great spirit. I ask for all beings of light to bring to us the eternal love, the eternal light of love, and help us to move through and navigate through the feelings and awareness of unconditional love. Let us be loving to ourselves first and foremost, and let that love overflow our cup and pour out into the world, and be loving to our friends and our neighbors first, and then out even further. Let us be loving to the world, to those who are trapped and lost and having a hard time, to those who are suffering, to those who are experiencing war or famine or drought. Let us send our greatest energy out for that as it overflows us. And you can take a moment, you can use any sweet words you want to, and you're just asking for that, okay? And as I ask for that, what I do is I do a very long, slow breath. I hold that within me, and then I let go of all my tension with a long sigh. That prayer goes in, the energy goes out. I'm an absorber and a radiator of light. This is how you become radiant. Breathe in. Notice how that feels. And just relax. Allow yourself to be in the state of flow. Because you are it. You are creation itself, and you're far more powerful than you've been conditioned to believe. Just by your intention and you doing this, you're adding to the beauty of the whole. And I'm so proud of you. I just want to tell you, if you're here and you're doing this, and even if you watch later in the replay, I am so proud of you. You're doing such beautiful work and beautiful things, and you're doing great work in your life and working to bring yourself into your highest possible being. I'm grateful to you as being an extension of each other. We should always try to do the best work we can from the inside, because that's really how we help each other in the greatest way. I now raise my hands up to the sky and I say thank you. Thank you to the Heavenly Father. Thank you to the Mother. Thank you to creation itself, to the light of all that is, to the source program, to the universal intelligence that guides us, that guides every cell in our body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Send your gratitude off into the sky. Send it into the higher realms of consciousness. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it back down, ball it up, and bring it through you. Very good. What a cool little... I had no idea what we were going to do, but Spirit kind of guided us in there into a little bit of breath, a little bit of bringing in our divine self, and then also some energy clearing. This is just an example of something you can do on the daily. I recommend it. Take some time at the minimum to just sit and oxygenate yourself. You can do a slow, easy practice like this. My favorite is to go outside into a park, walk the dog for a little bit, and I'll find a log to sit on or a bench. And what I'll do is I'll do that circular breathing. I'll fill up my belly, chest, head. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just moving some breath. Can it become more intricate? Yes. Is there other ways of doing breathing? Yes. But the whole idea is if you just show up in a simple format, it's easy, right? Just do some breathing. Get your body juiced up with energy, ready to go. I feel great. I was a little bit tired before I came on this live stream, and now I feel energized. I feel awake, alive. My energy feels super clean, squeaky, squeaky. Feels really good. This kind of stuff is my favorite thing about being a modern mystic, is having the awareness and the ability to connect into my energy and be able to help myself. I mean, over the last 6 months, I've had some pretty intense vascular issues that required surgery. But luckily, I know a lot about healing and how to help heal myself. So I've been able to recover drastically. I've recovered from something that I only had a less than 1% chance of survival. That says a lot. That says a lot for my connection. It says a lot for my faith. And I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful for the whole experience. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this experience. I'm grateful for this day. I practice gratitude as often as I can because gratitude is the attitude. It's one of the highest vibrations a human can have, because gratitude really commingles with love, because love is the highest form of gratitude. And the thing is love isn't something you give or really receive. Love is something you be. It radiates from you. And as it radiates from you, it bounces back on its own. You don't have to search for it externally. You don't got to look for it somewhere that it doesn't exist, because it's in you. You're already it. It's not something you have to get or attain. It's just something you have to allow to be. The floor is open if anybody has any questions before we get out of here. Let's see. Brianna says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Brianna. Good evening. Faye says, that double sniff got me a wavy. I love that one, right? It's really simple, too, but you're actually training your neurological circuitry because you're taking that slow breath. You're filling up the bottom lobes of your lungs. 2/3 of your blood by volume is in the bottom of your lungs, but rarely are we breathing that deep. We're breathing up here in the chest. 9 out of 10 people, you tell them taking a deep breath, they suck in their tummy and their chest and shoulders get big. Nope, that's an inverted breathing pattern. That's for survival. That's what that's for. That's survival breathing, and that's where most people's mindsets are, and they don't even know because it seems normal. I know mine was. But taking the time to separate those two pieces, slowly filling up the belly through the sniff, and then a sharp sniff filling up the chest and head. Yeah, one breath is all it takes, and I start to have an astral kind of experience. I start to have not just the experience of my body, but I have an experience beyond my body. Yeah. Let's try 3 breaths. Hold it. Yeah, right there. I'm way out. I'm super wavy out of my body. I got to bring myself back into center so I can be here to be with you all. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to pop up with those. Also, I'm going to ask if you can, please make a donation, no matter how small. It matters. It adds up, and it also creates energetic balance in between everything. So please do, if you need help with that, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get you a link or whatever you need, or my address. Some people send me things directly. It's very helpful. If it wasn't for my global community of loving spiritual people, I'm not sure how I would have made it through everything that's happened. So I'm very fortunate and very lucky to have people that care about me and want to help me to recover and succeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jody! Oh my gosh, it's Jody Hot Hands. Where are you at today, Jody? Are you in Lake Havasu? Or are you in Sedona? This was amazing, and it popped up right in the perfect moment. Yes! Doesn't it always, sweetheart? Good to see you. I'm glad you made it in. That's wonderful. Again, so there's going to be a gathering on Friday night, 8 p.m. It's a Zoom meeting. All you have to do is message me for the Zoom code and I'll send it over to you and you can join us. So it's similar to this, except for everybody's there. So it's like more like a group because we can all interact with each other and things. So usually I lead everybody in some breathing, some meditation, maybe some energy practice. Again, I'm usually intuitive. I may have some ideas before I get in, but I like to feel the energy of people as we sit down. And sometimes, I don't enable the waiting room, so I let everybody come in. And sometimes I just sit back in a meditative state, eyes closed, and just kind of listen to everybody kind of communicate and talk to each other. And I kind of pick up on the energy, and that's kind of what I allow to flow through. They're lots of fun. It's really great. We're also doing more public events, but kind of private. So I wouldn't say public, they're like pub private. We're actually doing one Sunday in Willoughby, Ohio. That's a private event. So I think that's full or closed. The people who are invited. We're going to be doing another one really soon at a cool place called the Sunshine Barn, over which we've been to before, over in Avon Lake, Ohio. We've also recently gotten a few new accounts for wellness, for corporate wellness, so workplace wellness. More and more companies are coming forward and putting money into their budget for employee wellness because they're beginning to recognize the value of it, to have happy, healthy employees and help them learn how to handle their stress and everything. And it also is really powerful when you get people together for team building. And, we kind of show up in a certain way in those situations. I don't really work from a real spiritual point of view. I work from more of a science-based point of view. The side effect is people do have spiritual experiences. And what typically happens is, you might have a room full of 30 people, and maybe 27 people leave after you're done and you're packing up, and 3 people wait till everyone's gone and they want to come up and talk to you. They want to tell you about their experience, about this is the craziest thing ever, or this is going to sound weird, or whatever, and all they're having is new spiritual experiences. And that's beautiful. I love to share that with people. I love to help people understand that nothing's wrong. You're just experiencing yourself, like most people, and that's a beautiful thing. Most people aren't open enough to have those experiences, or if they do, they discount them in some sort of way. I've been sensitive energetically my whole life, and a lot of my experiences I had when I was younger, I would relate them away in some other way. I'd be like, yeah, that's not real or whatever. I just have a totally different understanding and a different experience now. And that's what I'm here for. I just want to help people have experiences. Maybe you had an experience, doing this. You can, and you can watch this over. That's why I do them this way, these live streams, because if you want to, you can go back. I have tons of live streams. I've deleted a bunch of them to try to make room. But there's lots of stuff. I just recently did one where I go into a tutorial, and it was a channel tutorial, and I'm teaching you how to use your breath and light energy, or another way I would say it is intuition, to heal your body. And it's really good. So you want to check that out. So yeah, that's open. So maybe you want to bring wellness into your workplace. I recommend it. If you can get me in touch with whoever's in charge, your HR person, I have different pieces of literature and flyers and things, and I usually set up an appointment to go talk to them one-on-one because it just works a lot better than like email. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll go in first, and what I'll do is I'll offer a pilot session for the people in charge. So that way they can kind of first see what it is and see if it's something they want to pursue. So that's open and available. If you would like your own session, get a group of people together. Let's talk about it. We'll come right to your house. You want to do an ice bath party? We do that too. And we do very specific and special types of ice baths where we call them shaman baths, because it's about energy. It's about you stripping away what you no longer need and taking in what you do. Okay, so it's really beautiful work. We love doing it, and I'm looking forward to this summer because there's a lot of stuff already beginning to line up. And I just want to stay as busy as possible, helping people as much as I can, and at the same time enjoying my life, because this isn't work to me. This is enjoyment. I love this so much. I love to spend my time helping other people develop, because it's not just about me, it's about you. right? If you develop more and you become more attuned to your highest self, if you become more skillful at living your life, you help everybody. And that's what it's all about. Unity. UNITY. Jody says she's in Lake Havasu, and her friend Lou said, thank you. My pleasure, Lou. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How we say in our tradition, it's a loving way to say thank you. It's a Nike. It's like a shoe, a Nike. A Nike. And then I love you, and this is like a reverent way to say I love you, is Kuyaiki. A Nike Kuyaiki. So a Nike Kuyaiki to you all. And I want to thank you all so much for being here this early evening. And I've had just a really good time with you all. And I hope that you got a lot out of this, because I sure did. And that's it. I'm just going to end the stream here. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. You can leave comments if you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, or you can go right on Facebook, and you can feel free to DM me, message me directly, and I'll get back with you. Oh, Angelita was here. Hi, listening at work. Cool. Be careful. Don't overbreathe and fall over. Hello, Anthony, everyone. Hi, Tommy. We're just getting out of here, Tom. Maybe you'll catch the replay. It's a good replay. If not, I hope I see you Friday night. Friday night's going to be a good time. Anybody who wants to come there, it's open to you. All you got to do is contact me. I'll send you the Zoom link. And anybody that has the link, feel free to invite and share it with whoever you want, because the door is open. I love you all so much. A Nike Kuyaiki. Thank you. I love you. And have a beautiful rest of your evening. Ta-ta for now. Hey, here it is. Now we go. Ta-ta for now.